Hendricks. He picked up a sack last week as part of an 8-tackle game.
It's the Chargers and the Texans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand here. CD, you look at the Texans in this matchup. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we... Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here's Elijah Moore now, bringing it out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, and real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They'll set up a throw. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here.
Him in the spring, here he is early in the fall making an impact. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. Down to about the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnston. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want those body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Second and 9 now. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. The stop there on third, they could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop.
Touchdown! Keenan Allen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On second down, it's Stroud. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Now this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Here's Moore on the return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Back to throw here. They'll find Everett there, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. Nifty move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Folks, kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early. Now the 4th-year running back. This is Devin Singletary. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Stroud now on 2nd down. And that one complete to Hodgins. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run the option left side. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. this might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. Ooh, with a juke. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Texans will take over. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And Stroud now to throw. This ball caught by Mechie.
Pass interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Third and Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him try to come out in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 so far. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here goes Stroud again. Caught left side by Mechie. And he'll be marked down at about the...
A little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Eckler now between the tackles. And some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The second down throw now from Stroud. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. First and 10, it's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Here comes Grant on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He's going to rifle one deep left side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3. They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We start down in Georgia. Cleveland making the trip south to take on Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we say, so long, America. Hello, England. As we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Throwing now is Stroud. And he is going to have a Texans first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. A timeout here for an injured player. And definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stroud on 3rd down now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that play's any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up a throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Let's go.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 69 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 1st down. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead is now 17-3. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now out comes Houston. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Nico Collins with the Houston 1st down, something he did 22 times as a rookie for the Texans. Back here as a starter, hopes that last year's 446 yards are just the floor of what he can do.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the result, second down. Stroud off the play fake. And that is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On first down, here's Stroud. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On the give, this is Eckler. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. It's Eckler again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play, and force him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Folks, kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Houston set to take over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He'll find Hodgins there, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And Stroud now to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. The 30. 10, 5. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First target, first catch, and a first down. First and 10, it's Stroud. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. This one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter,